Hey guys, Link Theory of Time 550, and so today, I think it's about time we talk about that direct. I started this a little too happy. Real quick, before anyone mentions, yes, this is... Sorry, wrong way. This is a UPS shirt. Yes, I do work at UPS. Anyways, that aside, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about that Nintendo Direct. In my opinion, sucked. Sucked horribly, alright? I do have a list of stuff on my phone here that, was good about it. These are the few good things that are on it, which, by the way, real quick, not to flex, but I got the Linus Tech Tips D brand case for my phone, so, pog. Anyways, yeah, so, as you guys can see, oh, wrong way, over here. Over here, we got the actual, Nintendo Direct page and all that here, so, well, not the Direct, but the Skyward Sword HD. We'll get more about that later. We'll talk to that when we get to that, so. Anyways, first of all, my honest opinion, just looking back on things, it was really bad. I did not like it. I felt bad because one of my friends was actually really super hyped because they're a big Splatoon fan, and, everyone kind of hated the Direct. And they were like, man, I'm so hyped for Splatoon. Then they go to my Discord to go and talk about it, by the way. Link in the description. Go join it. Anyway, so they go to my Discord to go, be like, oh, I'm so hyped for that. And then everyone just trash talking the Direct just horribly. So I do feel bad to them, so sorry about that. But yeah, it was not exactly a great one. It wasn't the worst one, but it wasn't that great, honestly, okay? So here we go. Let's talk about the good things first, and then we'll get to the bad stuff that I'll rant about and get very angry. And maybe my face will get red, it'll be funny, whatever. So anyways, here we go. So first of all, we got Xenoblade Chronicles Smash character. That definitely was pretty cool. I'm not a big Xenoblade fan myself, but this is one of those characters that I'm completely fine with happening, because I actually know a lot of people that wanted Rex and or Pyra in Smash. So the fact that they're there now, I can't say I'm too upset about it. I really can't. They're there, so that's cool. Next thing, Fall Guys coming to Switch. That one's really cool. The only downside is it's like way late, so yeah, I never got to play Fall Guys though, so I'm definitely gonna pick it up and test it out. Outer Wilds, that's another really popular game that I never got to play, but they mentioned it in Direct and it sounded pretty neat. Next we got Mario Golf Super Rush. That one seemed kind of cool. I like the speed golf aspect. I think that would be really fun. I'll probably just pick it up for that, to be completely honest. Next was Neon White. I saw that. I thought it looked really cool. It reminded me a lot of Super Hot. Miitopia, that one I'm excited for because I never got to play that on the 3DS. Never picked that one up. But I really hope that because they're bringing over Miitopia, I hope they'll either make Tomodachi Life 2 or just port Tomodachi Life. Ideally, a sequel would be nice because in the original Tomodachi Life, you could play that game for like a month or 2 or 3, and honestly, by that point, you've seen just about everything there is in that game. It's a really short game. They start reusing a lot of old cutscenes and jokes and stuff, and I mean, there are new things here and there, but there's only so much in that game. Alright, next we got the Animal Crossing Mario update. This one I wasn't super hyped about. Like, I don't mind it being in the Direct, but it was kind of like they already announced it before. I mean, I don't mind it being in there, like I said. It was cool, and even if you're not a big Mario fan, I think the idea of having one pipe lead to another pipe in your island as a warp is pretty dang cool. Even if you don't like Mario, I think for you Animal Crossing fans, that would be really sweet. Next, the one that everyone forgets about, the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity DLC. Yeah, no, not a lot of people remember this because it was very quickly glazed over. Yeah, there's 2 packs coming out similar to Breath of the Wild. So yeah. And then there was no Breath of the Wild 2 updates. That was upsetting, but I can't complain about that because I'd rather have them take their time on the game than actually, rush it out, you know what I mean? I'd rather have them make a quality game that takes a lot of time than make a crappy game that they can pump out in like 2 minutes. So that was upsetting, but And I know me saying that now is probably going to contradict some stuff I'm going to say in the future because I do have some more stuff to talk about Nintendo and their game releasing recently. But anyways, next we got Skyward Sword HD and the Joy-Cons for it. Now, both of these I am going to pick up, but one I'm not going to be very happy about. I'll tell you guys about that later. And lastly, closed out with the bang, Splatoon 3. So, overall, had some good announcements. Not a lot of bad ones. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. But anyways, so yeah, so that's all the good stuff. So now let's get into the bad stuff. Alright guys, it's time to talk about the bad stuff, and as you all can see, right down there, we got some bad stuff in this direct, I'll tell you. So, right off the bat, I gotta say, honestly guys, the past couple Nintendo Directs haven't been that great. Like, seriously. We haven't had one in nearly a year and a half, and they come back with this. And, like, just the past couple Nintendo Directs, they've just been disappointments, really. Like, you know what, DC Superhero Girls? I know I made the joke in my one video, like, Disney Tsum Tsums, but, like, it's getting to the point where it's just ridiculous. Like, they're just constantly releasing these crappy games in their directs, and it's like, who's gonna play that? Look at this. Look, who's gonna play that? Like 5-year-olds? Like, who cares? That's just my big point. Is like, what's even the point? Like, why are they gonna show these off? It's literally just filler. It's filler so that they can say the direct is longer than it's gonna be. You know, I'd rather just have them make a short direct where they're not gonna talk about all this crap. Either that or make their own special direct, like they have the indie worlds. Like, make their own thing, but specifically for third-party games. That would be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, there were some good third-party things. Like, let me look for it in here. Yeah, like Monster Hunter. I know lots of people like Monster Hunter, so that, you know, not too upset about. Yeah, like Tales from Borderlands 2. I don't know how good or bad of a game that is, but, I mean, hey, it's a Borderlands game on Switch, so, you know. Real quick, I do want to say, who plays No More Heroes? Like, I'm not here to diss people, but I'm just like, they've been showing off, like, oh, what is that? I think it's this game. I want to say it's this game. They've been showing this off in, like, every single direct. It was some other game. I don't remember, but I think it was this one. I want to say it was this. They've been showing it in, like, every direct, and it's like, does anyone really care about this game, like, that much? You know what I mean? Yeah, and then for this part, they had, like, this huge big lead up, and it was like, oh, maybe this is Zelda or something. Or at least that was my thought. You know, you see that? That kind of looks like Link. You know, they got the green from Breath of the Wild 2, and then they got the red, and it's like, wait, that's not Zelda. What is that? And they got the yellow, and there's this old dude. Like, who the heck? So, I mean, it looks like another game in the style of Octopath Traveler. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but, you know. And the fact that, like, this, like, Project Triangle Strategy was the name they called it. And, like, it was just, like, it was like a full, like, nearly 5-minute trailer, but it felt like it would never end. It was just so boring. Yeah, and this I heard a lot of people say was kind of controversial. Knockout City. Like, they had all the interviews with these people, and then there was, like, the Pixel Princess girl, and she wasn't even Pixel in the game, so it's like, what's the point? And it was just kind of not that funny, honestly. Yeah, then Apex Legends coming to the Switch this late. Honestly, like, I'm going to show a clip from my reaction to the direct. Jeez, finally, dude. I feel like nobody even really plays this game that much anymore. But honestly, it felt so useless, you know? It's like, if you want to play the game, then it's already out, like, everywhere else, so. And then after that, you know, Aonuma came up, and he's like, sorry, no Breath of the Wild 2, but check this out. Like I said, I can't say I was too horribly depressed about that, because it does say information plan later this year down there. I keep pointing at the wrong area, but yeah, whatever, you know. And then they talked about Skyward Sword, and I'll get to that in a minute, because trust me, I have some strong opinions about it. So yeah, this was something that kind of bothered me. You know, right after the end of the Skyward Sword HD trailer, they're like, oh, by the way, we got another game planned. And it was just like the phrasing and just the placement of this just was like, I thought it was going to be a Zelda game, but then I saw this mountain, I'm like, no, that's probably not Zelda, no. I see this, I'm like, that's definitely not Zelda, and I was thinking, like, what is this? And I see the inkling, I'm like, oh, dang. And honestly, I'll show part of my reactions now. Alright, something big, it's gotta be something big. Okay, this doesn't look like Zelda. It's just Splatoon. Splatoon 3, though. I'm surprised. Or maybe this is just another expansion. I don't know. Yeah, no, I really thought this was like a expansion. You know, I thought this was going to be another expansion like the Octo expansion. I was surprised that it was actually a third game. Kind of shocking. I saw this tweet the other day. I'm probably going to put it on screen. It was like, we have 3 Splatoon games, and yet we still haven't had a new Mario Kart since the first Splatoon game. It was pretty funny. Also, by the way, just gotta say, little buddy, he's pretty epic. I'm not a Splatoon fan, so I can't say this was super exciting, but definitely excited for the people that like it. Now, they got new weapons and stuff, and it's some kind of post-apocalyptic type thing. You know, Eiffel Tower's upside down somehow. And they ride on the bus with this awkward people, you know. Anyways, though, definitely pretty hype trailer, can't lie, pretty cool. Yeah, so that was the direct, and then it ends, you know, Splatoon 3 2022. Yeah, I mean, can't say I really have a whole lot else to say about that. So yeah. Now to talk about the big thing. The big thing that you guys have probably heard me talk about on my Discord time and time and time again, okay? Skyward Sword HD. This is the thing that pisses me off, okay? Like, listen. Like, I'm not gonna lie, after the direct was over, I was in a really bad mood, especially because of this BS, but I was just kind of in a bad mood. It just didn't feel like a good direct. I was so excited, expecting like a Zelda 35th anniversary going strong in here, and then it didn't come out like that, so I was already a little peeved, and then they showed off this, and I was just not having it at all. So, you know, I'll admit I was very angry after the direct, so I acted a little bit harshly, but now that I've had a couple days to kind of gather my thoughts, you know, give some honest opinions, I'm here to say my complete and utter honest thoughts. So first of all, I'm going to turn this up to 1060 or 1080 60 frames, and let's watch this together. So I'm going to skip around a little bit in it. Obviously they show, you know, Skyward Sword, or, you know, as soon as I saw the clouds, you know, in my reaction, you know, gonna show that. Skyward Sword, dude! Yes! Let's go, dude. But yeah, no, as soon as I saw those clouds, I knew it was going to be Skyward Sword HD. And honestly, this has been rumored since the Wii U days, back when Twilight Princess and Wind Waker got their own HD remakes. So a little surprised they waited this long to do this, but, you know, hey, better late than never, I guess. So yeah, when they showed this, I was like, oh, that looks decent. And then this is what got me. I saw this, I'm like, this is the original game? What? And no, it is not the original game. This is the HD remake. Man, have I got stuff to say about this. So, I'll admit, it honestly, this does look pretty, it looks better than I thought. The first time I saw it, I was so mad I wasn't even seeing correctly. Like, I know, you know, that's kind of an extreme reaction, but I was so angry when I saw this, I couldn't believe it. Basically, what I gotta say about this is just, it looks better, yes, but it's not an HD remake. Don't call it HD. Get that out of there. I'm pointing the wrong way. Get that out of there. Get the HD out of there. That is not, I don't care how many times you show this to me, I'm never gonna call this game HD. It is not HD. I don't know, really. It's just, the textures still look really blurry, and, you know, I don't know, just the game just, it doesn't look that great, you know? It's just, it's not HD, that's all I gotta say. You know, I don't care how many times they'll show this HD logo, it doesn't look that good. Like, it still looks really blurry. I'll admit, they did fix some draw distance issues. Like, you can see the stamina fruit all the way from back there, and you can still see his heart and Rupee up here and stuff. And this dude, I'm not gonna lie, it does look better. And I do understand, I want to make it clear that I do understand that this game has a very cartoony art style, so it's not exactly meant to look super realistic, but so did Wind Waker, you know? Wind Waker had a super cel-shaded art style, and they made it look really good. They made all the textures look all crisp and clean. So why did they not give the same treatment as Skyward Sword, you know? Yeah, no, I don't know, it's just, this doesn't look as good, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a disappointment, you know? Like, let me just quickly look up something. Even with games like Twilight Princess, you know, this was the old Ordon village, and this how it looked in HD. I know it's not the same picture, but you get the idea, though. It, you know, you can see the grass texture, you can see, you know, the kind of wooden texture in here, or whatever it's supposed to be. You get what I mean. You can see the roof tilings really well. And here, this is the classic. You can still see all that, but it's a bit more blurry and not quite as, clean cut. But my point is, this is how good Twilight Princess HD looked, It went from this to this. It got a lot brighter, looked a lot nicer, and just overall, I think it looked a lot better. So my question is, why do you go from this to this? Like, I'll admit, like I said, it does look better, but it still looks kind of blurry, you know what I mean? Like, this kid looks very clearly defined, and then everything else looks really blurry and stuff, So does this guy down here, which you can barely see, and the statue here. But obviously this wasn't exactly the best screenshot I could have found, but you get what I mean, though. It's like, the original game, it does look better, but it's still not, I wouldn't call this HD, It's kind of just like they took one of those really crappy, upscaling software things and just applied that to every texture and just said, good enough, They didn't do any special work like they did back for Wind Waker or Twilight Princess. And that's my big problem with Nintendo nowadays, is they're just, I'll just play this for fun. But my point is just that they're really lazy now, And you could say, oh, well, it's because of, Corona, COVID, and all that. And you're right, I'm not going to say you're wrong. But still, it's like, now they've been doing this for a couple months. You'd think that they've gotten better about it, But I don't know. It's just, this just seems like such a lazy remake, It kind of seems like this was just really hastily slapped together. Just, oh crap, Breath of the Wild 2 might be delayed another year, so let's make a really crappy remake, That's just all I got to say about this. It's just, it's really lazy. It's not a good, it's more like a port. It's not a remake. I would refuse to call it a remake, honestly. Although here, I do want to talk about a couple things that I do like about this game. Now, first of all, like I said, there is a slight improvement, I guess some is better than none. I'm not happy about it, but, whatever. Now, we also got the HUD, which I think looks a lot better. They got the shield, right by your hearts there. You can go through your pouch with R, go through your items with ZR. They put all the things down here for help, dowsing, all that, rupees, But I mean, yeah, definitely the game does look better. And also, in case you noticed, it's quite a bit smoother too. Compare that to old game footage. This just feels right, It's 60 frames. It looks really smooth. It looks really nice. I really appreciate that improvement. Like I said, the HUD looks quite a bit better in my opinion. Do like the new motion controls. They say it's going to be better. Hard to say, honestly, because I do think the motion controls are a little better on Switch, So I think they could be better, but I can't say they'll be amazing, We have had a couple issues with when you're trying to aim with the gyro controls, sometimes it just doesn't quite work right, I would hope also that they showed her for a second, but they have Fi here, or Fi, however you say it. I would hope that they'd make her a little less annoying, because that was a big complaint for a lot of people back then when the game first came out. And also, I'm so glad they put this in, This was the #1 reason why everyone hated the original Skyward Sword. It's because it was only motion controls. And I think that was such a dumb, lazy excuse. Oh, I don't want to move around. Oh, I don't like this game. Shut up. It's a good game. It really is. It's honestly such a good Zelda game. The other big argument was that it was really linear, but hey, so is Ocarina of Time, and so many people love that game, so what's your problem, Some people just also didn't like the art style, too, especially coming off the heels of Twilight Princess, which was getting more realistic, and they go back to cartoony, Either way, though, a lot of people had problems with it, and just, yeah. Anyways, though, yes, the new button controls are very welcome, because I know lots of people hated the game due to motion controls. So, yeah. Also, just look at these walls. Look how blurry they look. Anyways, I'm done talking about the textures. Yeah, I'm probably still going to use motion controls, but I might check out the button controls. Maybe I'll like them. Who knows? Definitely, yeah, also the Joy-Cons do look pretty sick. Probably going to pick some up, that's for sure. If I can pick up a pair or two. Maybe just one. But you get what I mean, though. Pretty neat. So, yeah. Really, that's kind of all I got to say. I know it's I know I rambled long enough. I'm looking at my time on my other screen. I'm at like 20 minutes, so I'm just going to quickly try and wrap this up. This is my honest opinion about this Direct. I think Nintendo went the very lazy route, just did a quick AI upscaler maybe 2 times, barely even, enough to qualify. I refuse to call this an HD remake. It's not an HD remake. But yeah, that's all I got to say, really. Actually, one more thing I do want to mention. So there's this guy here, Henrico Magnifico, who makes 4K versions of, texture packs for games and HD remakes. I'm quickly just going to show off some of his work here. I hope he doesn't mind. This is 100% his. I'm not affiliated with this in any way. It's just a texture pack that he makes. He did add some shaders too, but, overall it is a texture pack, But yeah, I'll admit, like I said, this version does look a little worse, just only because it's like, it only looks a little bit worse just because it's only in 30 frames. But like, look at this tree texture, look at the leaves, look at the ground, look at the rope even. Look at all this. It all just looks so amazing. It all looks so good. It's like, why couldn't Nintendo do this? You know what I mean? It's just, his texture pack that he made just looks 10 times better than the official Nintendo one. So just, I don't know. Just definitely want to show this off. I'm not affiliated with him in any way, but yes, if you want the 4K versions, then you can. Like, look at this improvement. Look at that. It's just insane. If you want the 4K versions, you have to pay like $1 to his Patreon or more if you want. I did definitely, in my opinion, worth it. Yeah, no, it's just, their Skyward Sword HD is just such a lazy excuse. Like, look at this. Like, the fans can make better games than Nintendo can. That's how sad they are now. It's like, I remember back when you heard a Nintendo game, you'd think, wow, that's going to be quality. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. And now it's just garbage, They just make half-assed remakes. It's just sad. It really is. It's like the fans can do better work than Nintendo can at this point. It's just sad. It really is. But you could also argue that, the fans don't really have a due date for when this has to come out. And you could be right, but they didn't really have, a specific date that they had to have this out either. At least not for any feasible reason, other than, not having a Zelda game this year, but whatever. That's just all I wanted to say. And real quick, I did contact him. I said, hey, I got a proposal. You may have seen the Direct. I admit the Skyward Sword HD they showed off looks ridiculous. After playing your texture pack, it's inexcusable. So I basically just said, how about, I do the technical side of things. I dump the textures from the game. We inject your textures in, and bada bing, bada bang, we have ourselves a good HD remake. And I'm not, dissing him in any way. I don't want anybody to throw any backlash at him. He had a very professional, very good response. And, I just wanted to share this with you guys. He said, I appreciate your offer, but I have to decline because I want to try and distance myself from Nintendo's official assets to avoid any legal consequences. HD texture packs are kind of a gray zone in legality, and using their own textures in my packs would prompt them to send a cease and desist. And I was like, that's all right, I appreciate your consideration. I was like, yeah, I know Nintendo can be very cruel when it comes to fan stuff, so I don't blame you for not wanting to risk it. So yeah, that was just an idea I had. Maybe I'll do that as a fun, own project of mine, maybe just convert his files over to mine. I probably won't release it, at least not publicly, to avoid Nintendo cease and desist stuff. But, either way, though, I think Nintendo really has to step up their game. And I've rambled long enough about this, but still, it's just sad. It really is. It's like, the fact that this fan creation looks a million times better than their crappy official remake is just, it's just sad, It's not Nintendo-like. I miss the days, I really do, back when they used to be a good company who made good games, and now they just shit out crap, Like, I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. Like, you can't look at this and tell me that it looks better than this. Wait, where is it? You gotta find the forest areas. See, like, you can't tell me that this looks better than this. Like, it's literally impossible. Like, it may be smoother, it may have some UI adjustments, but all in all, I'd consider this the official HD remake. If you showed me these two and didn't tell me which one was which, I'd say this is the official Nintendo one because it looks better. Wrong. It's this one that looks like crap. So, that's all I got to say. I'm done rambling. I'm sorry I talked your guys' ears off, but this is just something I just can't excuse Nintendo for. It's just ridiculous. It's like, wow. Thanks, Nintendo. You really gave us a good remake, didn't you? So, yeah, either way, like I said, I talked your guys' ears off long enough. I'm going to go finish this up, quickly edit it, and yeah, so I guess I'll put in some of my other reactions that I thought were funny, because I did record my reactions for the Direct, so any ones that I didn't use, I'll just put at the end here, and I'll, label them whatever they are, so just, yeah, thank you all for watching, thank you guys all for listening to me complain, and be a butthurt Nintendo fan, so either way, I just think Nintendo's actions as of late are just inexcusable in every possible way. They're just turning into this horrible, lazy company that just, if they keep doing this, I'm not going to be spending any more money on their shitty products. That's that, Like, I'm sorry, but why would I buy a game if it's going to be trash, Just, I wish they just put more time into their remakes, put more time into their games, act like they actually cared for once nowadays, so that's about it. Anyways, though, after that all serious topics and whatnot, after those serious topics, I think that's going to be it, so thank you guys for watching. Definitely, boycott Nintendo, go over to Henrico Magnifico's page, get that 4K version, it's only $1, support him, not Nintendo and their shitty ass, horrible ass remake, and yeah, that's about it, so check it out, very cool. And I have been streaming this. I kind of stopped because I figure I'll just play their crappy remake when it comes out. Honestly, debating just buying it used off of eBay or something, and then they won't get their money because they don't deserve it. So anyways, though, enough rambling, enough ranting. That's about it for today. Not a horrible Direct, but this is just inexcusable. It's just the laziest possible HD remake. That's all I gotta say. So, yeah. Definitely, like I said, if you're interested in joining my Discord, maybe you want to talk things with me, talk things with the people in there, whatever you want to do, just go join my Discord, and we can have a chat about it and all that, And so, yeah. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed. And here's the rest of my reactions to the Direct that I thought were pretty funny. So, here you go. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye. Cloud! This has got to be a Smash reveal trailer, right? I'm betting. Xenoblade Chronicles 3? Oh yeah, I knew it, dude. I knew it. Nice. This honestly makes me happy because I know so many people wanted Rex and Pyra in Smash. Dang, she slashed that bomb in half, dude. Oh, cool. Alt costume. Or is this an Echo fighter? She's probably an Echo, actually. Oh, crap. Sorry about my mic. I mean, I guess Rex is there, but it's like how Chrom was in Lucina in Smash 4. Cloud! Cloud? Give us some good stuff. Good stuff. Cloud! Mario Golf, dude. Okay. Dude, he golfed it. He golfed it into this. I really hope Nintendo Switch has games. Okay, this game actually looks fun. It's kind of giving me, like, super hot vibes. Is Miitopia coming to Switch? Oh, nice. This game looked really funny, but I never played it on 3DS. Epona? Nintendo Switch has games? This isn't Zelda, is it? Zero Escape for Switch. DLC? Come on, show us more Zelda. Jeez, finally, dude. I feel like nobody even really plays this game that much anymore. This is gonna be big, I know. My man. Skyward Sword, dude! Yes! Let's go, dude. It looks kind of weird. I really hope they're gonna have an option for motion controls or for like button controls. Kind of upset it's not in 4K or HD really, but whatever. That was not HD. Alright, but tell me you have button controls, because I know people still aren't gonna play it if there's no button controls. The game looks a lot smoother. This actually looks really nice. Oh, ooh! I like those. I really like those. This still isn't really HD though. I wouldn't call it HD. The textures still look kind of bad, honestly. I'm probably gonna pick those up. That text looks tiny. Alright, something big. It's gotta be something big. Okay, this doesn't look like Zelda. It's just Splatoon. Splatoon 3 though. I'm surprised. Man, this was quick, dude. Everyone was saying Splatoon 3 as soon as Splatoon 2 came out. I was like, no way it's gonna come out on Switch. But I guess so. I can't say that I was expecting Splatoon, to be completely honest. Or maybe this is just another expansion. I don't know. She looks so awkward. I like the druggy squid that's just chilling there. Is that really it? Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of disappointed.